Welcome to Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. And today we're building a Tease Guitar Mod Shop guitar. So, this is a Tease ST1 that was given to me by Torsten. It needed some work because he um, stole a couple parts to make, some repairs and to another guitar, and this was a B stock. So I have all the parts also to do this build. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We're going to get over to the bench and I'm going to show you what this is going to become. All right, so here is the mock-up of the guitar. Now, of course, these stickers have backgrounds on them, and those won't be there when I put the stickers on the guitar. Let me just do this real quick. Kind of place these just so you get an idea of what the finished product will look like. All right, so there's the basic idea of what she will look like when she's done. And of course, I'll move these stickers around until I'm exactly happy with them. Follow the curves of the guitar. And then this sticker, the way it goes, will conform to the guitar. So you'll have the eye up here, and but these have the backing on them. And of course, you'll have all your switches. You'll have your knobs here. You'll have this switch will be here. These two switches will be one here and one here. So you'll have a switch there and you'll have a switch there. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to load the pick guard, and then we're going to figure out our sticker placement. All right, so we're going to start with the easy stuff first. This switch, I want it to be down this way. So that it flips like this. So this we need a tool for. There's my tool. Here we go. One thing my buddy's dad taught me. Always have a place for your tools. Tools have a specific spot. Let's see. And that's what this tool is made for these. I also use it to pull up my knobs. Okay, so that's in. Nice and easy. Not going to slide around anywhere. And you'll notice I got my blue tape on there, Ted. Okay, potentiometers. Now this is getting, because these are very high wattage pickups, so this is getting the meg. So I'm putting a meg and a good tone pot, 500K. Now, these may be the taller pots, so I may have to right, this doesn't have that, but this one's got the little spot here to hold it in place. So we're going to have to make a mark. The way we want it to face is in. So we're going to push down right there. Made that little mark. And I will use my soldering gun to make a little hole right there. Or I could drill it. Or I could cut it with my, let's see. Decisions. That's flat. I could make a little cut on that. So let's get this guy off. And put this one on. So I got a little cut there. I'm going to measure this up. It goes in straight. That's just, okay, so we got to do one here. Okay, that's about perfect. Probably should have done that first. But now, that's going to be the way to go. I can put 3 drill holes in there. Come on. Alrighty. Looking good so far. that in there now. I don't know if that's going to go through yet. It's dead on, but it's not. Getting there, getting there. Patience, patience. Patience and keep checking. We don't want to go too much. And we're almost in business. Or maybe we are. No, we're in business. That fits. We gotta flip it over. Yep, there it is. That's not the big boy. It's not even that one. Okay, that one's installed. Now, I've got to look for this. So I'll cut for a second till I find this other. Oh, there it is. Right on there. Couldn't see the gold. The gold on the gold. Now this is going to be a longer potentiometer. So we're going to need to find a spacer. So I am going to stop the video for a second and I'll be right back because I've got to find that over here in my little tower. Okay, so I decided to go with a shorter potentiometer. So I swapped those out. We've got those together. And now we just have to figure out which knobs we're going to use. Are we going to use these? Or are we just going to go standard Strat? I think we're going to go standard Strat, but I am going to have to put some spacers in here. I'm going to have to put another nut to drop these down because they're too high. So I will have to find the extra nuts that I have to put onto these potentiometers. I will be right back. All right, so we have the volume and the tone knobs on. What I did is I had to put um, one thick, one small spacer on this one, two thick and one small on this one. The volume sits up a little bit higher than the tone, but there's no way around it because then I don't, I'm not going to have a washer on this one. If I were to put the washer underneath, I could only put the nut on the front. It would drop it down a little bit more, but it's not that high. It's easy to turn the knob. You got your tone, you got your volume. The volume's a really nice pot. The tone is a good pot. Not the one I wanted. I'm wondering now if I should switch it out. Can I achieve what I'm trying to do with this one? I may need another spacer to get the desired height. No, I think the two spacers would work. The three spacers. I think that would work and be about the same. So let's try it and see because I want this right. There we go. So this just goes to show you custom builds take a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I'll have the gold one over here. Before we tighten it all the way down. Yeah, that should sit good. Okay, they're sitting close to where I want them. That's good. Now let's see how this tone knob fits on here. And we can decide which one we want to go with. And that sits well. Okay, problem solved there. Put that back for another day. All right, so we've got that done. Now we have to decide where to put the light and the switches. Size-wise, this one should go here. And this one should go here to keep it away from the edge of the channel for the routing. Okay. Then the light would probably go right here. So we'll have to drill for that. But in the meantime, let's put the pickups in. This is on there good, so I don't need these larger ones here. Screws for that one, screws for that one. This is the bridge. I like to keep everything together because you never know if they send you something different. Always fun separating those. Alrighty. These are going to be our small guys. Always like to do the harder one first. It's going to be in that way. Okay, so that's lined up. Boom, that one's in. Okay, one down, one to go. Yep, the first one had to go in too easy. Now I'm wondering, did they give me the right screws? Okay. There we go. Just had to get forceful with it. Yeah, that one went in easy. There we go. Okay. Load it up there. All right, I'll be right back. I had to turn this switch around to make it fit in here properly. It would not drop down in there like that. Now, next thing we got to worry about is the depth of the cavity. So here, room-wise, I have about 2.5 to 3 inches. So 2.5 to 3 inches. So we got to the switch pretty much. So we're gonna say 2.5 inches. Then we got to figure right here. So that's 3/4 of an inch. So we take 3/4 of an inch off of 2.5. We got 1.5 inches. So we got to fit this and this in here in 1.5 inches, roundabout, maybe a little bit more. So now we'll flip this over. And this is going to have to go about right here. And the other thing is going to have to go right there. And that's going to stick out a little bit. So I don't want to draw, I don't want to make any holes until I draw them out. Flip that back over. And then see where that is. Okay. So my blue tape starts right there. So my blue tape's got to go back a little bit more. So I want to come a little forward on this black tape with my marker because we got to have room for the switch to go side to side. So I'm thinking right about here. Where I need to go with that. And that should give me the allotted space that I need in order to clear this. And from looking at that underneath, good way to determine it is the edge of the pickup. So as long as I don't go past the edge of the pickup with this, that's my space. So that is perfect. Then this would have to have room to tighten down and to go next to it. So this would have to go here. Size-wise. Okay. All right, so I don't think we're going to get any further today because this video is about a half hour. All right, so here's where we are so far. We've got the pickups installed into the pick guard, our potentiometers, our switch, the three-way switch, where we've decided on where to put the all of the switches and the light. So once we have all that done, we can reposition the stickers. So in the next video, we'll tackle those, the stickers, so we know where they go on the pickguard area. We're not going to put any of the stickers on until the guitar is done being built. At the end is when the stickers go on, because then you know you're not going to damage them. So that's where we're at for now. But it's looking pretty good. Thanks for watching Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Rock on.